We have a 10-year-old daughter. When she was 1, we started trying for baby number 2. 4 years passed and no baby was happening. After coming to the seminar, we decided that we were going to do minimal stimulation IVF. Okay, 10 years. My daughter is 10. They're born the same month. It was 9 really long years. But look what we have now. I would like just to say that just don't give up. This is my husband, John, and this is Hero, in the fact that we have male factor infertility, and it's actually secondary male factor infertility. So we have a 10-year-old daughter. We tried for her for over a year. I actually had an appointment with a different facility the week I found out that I was pregnant with her. So we went on to have her, and when she was 1, we started trying for baby number 2. And 2 years passed, and 3 years passed, and 4 years passed, and no baby was happening. So we started to look into it, do some tests, and see what the issues were. For us, because it is secondary infertility, we just kept hearing things like, it happened once, it can happen again, you know, and which, you know, we all know that infertility is a disease just like cancer, just like diabetes. You know, those things need to be treated. It's not just something that is going to go away on its own. So with that being said, we started doing the research into seeing what our situation was, and that's when we found out that our infertility is male factor, and all 3 parts of the sperm are affected: the count, the motility, and mobility, I believe it is. So basically the ones that we were working with were low, and you know, there wasn't very many, and the ones that we did have were basically weren't going anywhere, and they didn't have the capability of getting into the actual egg. So for us, ICSI was only going to be the option. That's where they put the sperm actually into the egg to create the embryo, because ours were not going to do it on their own. So ICSI was always going to be a part of what we had to do. Before coming here to see Dr. Julian or to visit Life IVF and sit in a seminar like all you guys are today, we actually went to, and we just, the experience between that facility center and here is just completely different. We tried IUI there, even though we knew it wasn't going to be successful, but the doctor basically took our money anyway. And then that's when we decided to come try out the seminar. I mean, the second we heard Dr. Julian speak, I mean, I don't know if you guys are feeling it, but he's just so confident. He has the knowledge to back up his confidence. He just has a way of making you feel like he knows what he's talking about. And for me, I mean, I really want the doctor to know what he's talking about. So I guess from a different perspective to share with you guys is that confidence is not empty. He has that confidence because you see all the babies that, you know, him and his staff have provided for these families. It's just amazing. His knowledge is strong, and his confidence is there because of that. All of the staff here is just amazing. They're all kind and patient and loving and understanding. This thing can be very difficult, you know, IVF and going through infertility is very difficult. So after coming to the seminar, we decided that we were going to do minimal stimulation IVF. For us, because we do have a daughter, we didn't want to be left with 20 embryos. You know, those statistics or those possibilities are really out there if you're doing traditional IVF, and that wasn't something that we wanted to do. We wanted to try for every embryo that we would have, and for us, we decided we were not going to do PGS testing. That's just something that we decided we didn't want to do. So minimal stimulation seemed like the answer for us because we knew that the goals for those embryos were a smaller amount, and we didn't want to have to try for 10, 20, 30 kids, you know. So fortunately, we did our first transfer We transferred 2, and we did get a positive pregnancy test, but we did have a miscarriage at 8 weeks. And then our second transfer was also 2 embryos, and we got him. I will say, having gone through such a devastating loss the first time, again, the staff here is just amazing. They had the utmost grace and respect in walking through that experience with us, and they were just, again, so kind and understanding and respectful to help us walk through that. And on the flip side, now that we have him, we just came back a couple of weeks ago, and that's how they asked us to come here. Coming back to see Dr. Yulin is just the sweetest thing. He literally kissed him on his cheek. Like, he just loves babies. He loves to see his family succeed by having children, and it's been so awesome to come back and see yeah. Fun, right? Yeah. It's been so awesome to come and see the staff again and just really celebrate with them, because a lot of them, you know, the ones that you see from week after week with that blood work are there to see the success. So I would like just to say that encouragement, just don't give up, okay? 10 years, my daughter is 10. They're born the same month. It was 9 really long years, but look what we have now. So from a financial point of view, honestly, minimal stimulation to me just seemed like, you know, a no-brainer. I mean, you know, to me, it just seemed like it did all the things that we needed and was perfect financially. So I just, you know, want to encourage you all just to not give up. And if I could say anything else greater, more great about this facility, I would, but I think I've covered it all. They are amazing, and we're just so blessed to have had our opportunity to have a, you know, a baby with them. So.
I also reviewed Stacy's chart and just a few moments ago, and I realized that she did 1 mini IVF cycle with us, and the entire cycle she was using 750 units gonadal shopping, which is a total medication cost about $750. That's it. And then she was the result 6 mature egg. From this 6 mature egg, we made 5 blossoms. And although Stacy choosing no PGS because she is young, so I agree with her, no PGS. But as you know, without PGS testing, and the embryo could be chromosome abnormal even if you're young. So this is why how we first transfer 2 embryo was result miscarriage. Second transfer, we transfer another 2 embryo and only 1 took. So mathematical probability, either 1 in 3 or 2 out of 3, so still have probability embryo could be abnormal. So we're fortunate, and because if you're younger than 35 years of age, I'm okay for you don't need to do PGS testing, but if you're above 36 years old, Dr. Carl and I, we encourage you to do PGS testing because we want to select the best embryo transfer, so minimize the chance of miscarriage. So that's her story. Thank you very much.
Thank you. This is why you all came, huh? I know. I know. Everybody take a deep breath. 2400480. Yay!